Beyond the Gates spoilers, October 30th. Derek wants a wedding update. Ted and Leslie try to forge a new path and a Halloween gate crasher. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Thursday, October 30th, 2025. What to expect on Beyond the Gates. Derek feels insecure about the connection Ashley has with Andrew, and he still believes that if he hadn't gotten himself injured, the two of them would still be together. In Thursday's episode, a run-in with Andrew pushes Derek to ask Ashley for a wedding update. Whether this wedding ever happens remains to be seen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it falls apart this fall. After a tense, enlightening standoff between Ted, Carlton, and Nicole, Ted left work knowing who his friends and enemies really are. In Thursday's episode, Ted and Leslie try to forge a new path forward. The enemy of my enemy is my friend is an old saying, but it could be true now more than ever. Leslie and Ted putting the past behind them? Ted may just succumb to her spell and give in to his needs. Well, we don't need to ask what Samantha was thinking, but her parents' reaction was more than justified. In Thursday's episode, Tyrell defends his sister's honor, which impresses Jessica. Tyrell would love nothing more than to get back with Jessica after things went south not that long ago. In Thursday's episode, Vernon and Nicole's Halloween plans are interrupted by an interloper, followed by family members seeking some much-needed advice. Leslie crashes yet another get-together at the Dupree mansion. She loves turning up uninvited. Trick or treat takes on a whole new meaning this Thursday, as dressed as an angel, Leslie arrives and instantly starts sparring with Nicole, and the world-renowned psychiatrist cannot help herself from taking the bait and getting herself all riled and joining the fray. When things get too much for the Duprees, they always gather with Anita and Vernon, whose sole mission seems to be holding the family together while it heals from whatever storyline is upon them. Almost at the end of the week, soap fans, and you know what that means, Friday cliffhangers and the next installment of the next week, sneak peek and the scoop. The October 30th episode of Beyond the Gates is set to deliver a chilling mix of romance, tension, and a dose of Halloween mayhem that could change everything. As the autumn air grows colder, the town of Briarwood is heating up with secrets, shifting alliances, and a gatecrasher who turns what was supposed to be a night of fun into one of the most unforgettable events in the show's recent history. This episode dives deep into love, regret, and the kind of small-town mystery that keeps viewers glued to their screens. Derek's calm demeanor begins to crack as his obsession with the upcoming wedding surfaces. For weeks, he's been the rock in his relationship, the planner, the perfectionist, and the one keeping everything together. But now, as the date looms closer, he starts demanding updates and reassurances in a way that borders on desperation. There's something beneath the surface, a flicker of doubt or perhaps a haunting secret he's not ready to share. When he sits down with his fiancée for what should have been a lighthearted check-in, the conversation turns heavy. The words, "Are you sure about this?" echo in a way that sends chills down her spine. Could Derek's need for a wedding update be masking a deeper fear that their love isn't built to last? Or is someone from his past resurfacing to ruin his happily ever after? Meanwhile, Ted and Leslie are treading dangerous waters of their own. Their relationship has been through the ringer, betrayal, lies, and moments of raw vulnerability that left both of them shaken. Now, they're trying to rebuild, to start fresh, but that's easier said than done. Leslie is determined to believe that people can change, that the past doesn't define who they are. Ted, on the other hand, is haunted by guilt and fear of repeating old mistakes. When they sit down at the cafe to talk about their next step, there's a flicker of hope, but also hesitation. The chemistry between them is undeniable, yet the air is thick with unspoken truths. Can two people who've hurt each other so deeply truly start over? Ted seems ready to fight for her, but Leslie's eyes betray a lingering uncertainty. Theirs is a love story that's as complex as it is heartbreaking. One wrong move, and it could all crumble again. Then there's the Halloween event, the one that everyone in Briarwood has been buzzing about for weeks. The gates are decorated with glowing pumpkins, eerie fog rolls across the ground, and laughter fills the night. But as always in Beyond the Gates, peace never lasts long. In the middle of the celebration, a mysterious figure appears, masked, silent, and chillingly familiar. At first, everyone assumes it's part of the Halloween fun. Another over-the-top costume to fit the town's spooky tradition. But when the figure steps through the gates and heads straight for the heart of the party, the atmosphere shifts. The lights flicker, the music cuts, someone screams. What begins as laughter turns into panic as the townspeople realize this isn't a guest at all, it's an intruder. And this gate crasher isn't there for candy or tricks. They're there for revenge. Derek, Ted, and Leslie all find themselves in the chaos, their separate storylines colliding in one explosive moment. Derek's instinct to protect takes over as he shields his fiancée from danger, while Ted and Leslie, caught in the crowd, must work together to restore order and keep people safe. Old wounds resurface as fear grips them all. It's poetic, almost cruel, how Halloween night, a time of masks and illusions, exposes the truths they've all been trying to hide. The aftermath promises to be even more dramatic. Who was behind the mask? Was this a random attack or something far more personal? Early speculation among fans points to a long-forgotten enemy, perhaps someone with a grudge against Derek or a ghost from Ted's past returning to make a statement. And then there's Leslie, who seems shaken not only by the chaos, but by something she recognizes in the intruder's voice. Could the gate crasher have ties to her too? As the night ends, sirens wail, the once festive lights flicker out, and the gates that have always symbolized unity now stand as a reminder of how fragile that unity truly is. Derek's wedding plans are thrown into turmoil. Ted and Leslie's attempt to move forward is overshadowed by suspicion, and the town itself is left wondering who they can trust. The October 30th episode of Beyond the Gates isn't just another holiday special, it's a turning point. The writers have managed to weave romance, redemption, and terror into one breathtaking hour of television. The characters' struggles mirror the chaos outside the gates, everyone trying to move forward, but haunted by the ghosts of who they used to be. Derek's determination to make his wedding perfect will now collide with his need to protect the people he loves, forcing him to make an impossible choice. Ted and Leslie's fragile reconciliation may not survive the secrets that are about to surface, especially when Leslie's connection to the mysterious intruder is revealed. And as the town of Briarwood recovers from the gate crasher's shocking appearance, it's clear that the ripple effects will be felt for weeks to come. Beyond the Gates thrives on its ability to blur the line between love story and suspense thriller, and this episode proves why it's become a fan favorite. Every glance, every line, every shadow holds meaning. There's a sense that the Halloween chaos was just the beginning, a warning of the darker days ahead. With Derek's world falling apart, Ted's guilt mounting, and Leslie's past creeping back to the surface, the next chapter promises betrayal, heartbreak, and revelations that could change everything. In the eerie silence after the storm, Briarwood stands changed forever. The gates will open again, but no one knows who might be waiting on the other side.